All right, here in this section, we're going to be covering questions 3 through 8. 3 through 8, we'll start with 3. 3 says, determine the equation of the median AE and show your work. Number 4 states, determine the equation of the median GH. Show your work. Determine the equation of CN and show your work. Determine the coordinates of the intersection of AE and CN and show your work. Number 7, verify that the point of intersection from item 6 is also on GH. Number 8, explain how the algebra demonstrates that the three medians are concurrent. For this section, it takes a lot of work of determining these equations and then setting them equal to each other. So I'm going to go with a time limit of, we'll go 15 minutes and see where we're at. 15 minutes to work through questions 3 through 8. Go ahead, pause your videos now. So the first thing that I wrote down was, we know that y equals mx plus b is another way to write the formula of a line. Here I found the slope of AE by doing the slope formula. So we did 0 minus 12 and 0 minus 24, which reduced to 1/2. I then said, well, my y-intercept of this line is 0. So my equation was y equals 1/2 x. With these others, they weren't as easy. So I first found this equation that says y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. That's the point slope form, where m is the slope of the line and x1, y1 is a point on the line. So we did the slope of GH. So I did 0 minus 12 over 36 minus 6. That reduced to -2/5. I then used the point 36, 0 as my x1, y1. And it ended up simplifying to y equals -2/5 x plus 72/5. When I created the equation of CN, I first found the slope. The slope was 24 minus 0 over 12 minus 18, which simplified to -4. I used the point 18, 0. I like to work with zeros the best because they don't change your equation as much. There's less error when dealing with a 0. So all I had to do was y minus 0 is just y. So we did the -4 and then the positive 72 when we distributed. It said determine the coordinates of the intersection of AE and CN. Now, if you recall, AE was that 1/2 x from question number 3 over here. And CN was from question number 5. This y equals -4x plus 72. In order to find the intersection, you want to find where the 2 points are the same. Okay? Or the lines cross each other. So what I did was I set the two equations equal to each other and I solved for x. X was 16. Well, if x is 16, then the value of y, I plugged it into one of the two equations and I got the value of 8. So these two lines cross at 16, 8. It said verify that the point of intersection from item 6 is also on GH. Well, GH was y equals -2/5 x plus 72. So I know that 16 is an x value and 8 is a y value. So I substituted that in. And I tried to see if this equation held true. Well, -2/5 times 16 was -32/5. And whenever I added 72/5 to that, I got 40 over 5. Well, 40 divided by 5 is 8. So 16/8 is on this last line. Well, since all three lines contain the point 16/8, they must be concurrent at that point. Now, I never actually stated it, But if we go back to our picture, if we identify this point where the three lines cross, that is, here's 10, 12, 14, 16, and then 2, 4, 6, what do you know? 16, comma 8. That's what we just found out. On to the next section.